Was there once life on planet Mars? And if so, how could it have been destroyed? And could something similar happen to Earth? This video is very important. It can change your life forever. So please listen till the end. I will share a big secret. But first, a warm welcome here on my YouTube channel. And my name is Sylvia Suryodaya Group. I'm a medium and I'm a messenger from the spiritual world and also our star seeds. And I'm also an Vedic astrologer. And if you would like to receive every week an update about the energies, please subscribe to my free newsletter where I share a lot of important informations with you every week. And you find the link for the subscription below this video in the description box. But now, let's start. Imagine that Mars was once a flourishing planet, similar to Earth, with lush nature, crystal clear waters, and large healing temples, visited by civilizations from all across the galaxy. And then there was an event that destroyed all life on this planet. Could planet Mars and the history perhaps be more relevant to us humans than you think? More on this and hidden informations in this video. Mars was not always the dry, red desert planet like we know him today. It was a paradise with green landscapes, blue lakes, and an atmosphere that allowed life in abundance. Large healing temples were built, serving as spiritual retreats for civilizations from across the universe. And I can remember life on planet Mars. And I know how wonderful it was back then. And the Earth of Mars was very special. It was like magnetic. It was very, very much healing. These temples were places of peace and healing, where beings from various star systems came together to exchange knowledge and healing arts. The energy of the temples was so strong that it elevated the collective consciousness of all visitors, spreading peace and harmony and enabling deep healing. And I can also remember that there was a special high sound when coming nearer to those temples, like a conscious whisper. It was very special. However, the souls incarnating later on planet Mars, they mainly came from the Orion star system and had previously incarnated on planet Maldek. Maldek was once the largest planet in our solar system, which no longer exists. But more on that in a moment. And these souls wanted to continue playing out the themes they could not resolve in the Orion system in physical form, namely the theme of war and hatred. In the Orion system, there was a lot of terrible wars, raged for hundreds of thousands of years, involving the use of strong mind control and a type of artificial robots programmed for controlling and fighting. And these wars brought experiences of hatred, of war, of revenge and aggression, which the souls wanted to continue playing out. And they did so on planet Maldek, which had an atmosphere where physical life was possible, really similar to Earth today. And why, I will tell you soon. Until Maldek, through a devastating war and massive bombardments, also using a kind of strong atomic energy, literally exploded and broke into thousands of pieces, forming what we now know as the asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. And we know Mars is also today connected to the topic of war and Jupiter to wisdom. Very interesting. The souls then incarnated on the next possible planet after Maldek was crashed, and this was planet Mars. But the old patterns of hatred and destruction followed them. On Mars they began to continue the old voids from the Orion star system. The initial harmony was undermined by growing tensions and conflicts. Thus, the spiral of destruction continued on Mars. War and hatred led to an energetic imbalance that made the planet prone to cosmic catastrophes. From a higher perspective, these imbalances might provoke cosmic events. Eventually, Mars was hit by an extreme comet that destroyed the atmosphere and wiped out all life. And we also know about Atlantis and the end of Atlantis. So it is really like a similar end. The magnificent healing temples and those magnificent healing temples crumbled, and everything was covered by tons of dust and debris, turning Mars into the inhospitable desert we know today. The remains of the once thriving civilization are now hidden as ruins beneath the Martian surface. After Mars became uninhabitable, the souls literally sought a new playground and incarnated on Earth. Here they continued the game of good and evil that had led to so much destruction on Maldek and Mars. Earth offered a new beginning, but the old patterns were hard to shake off. Wars and conflicts accompanied humanity through history, but Earth also offered new opportunities for growth and healing. And now we stand at a great turning point, a very crucial moment in history. Humanity has the opportunity to learn from the mistakes of the past, and we can choose to continue the old game of destruction, or we are ready to forgive and heal our own wounds. We can only always heal our own wounds, clearing the way for a new earth and a new consciousness, a consciousness based on peace, love and harmony. And it is up to us whether we let Earth become a new Mars or create a new bright future. In essence, we are now become aware what it really means to live in an energetic universe, that we can create our reality, because everything happens here and now. And there is in truth no past and no future. And because everything exists here and now, everything has to be here. Every moment of our life and every experience of earth happens right now and here. So there must be many versions of earth if we truly are open to understand reality. If everything exists in the here and now, as our wise enlightened ones say, then a peaceful earth exists just as much as a destroyed earth. And only our frequency, our energy, determines on which earth we find ourselves. You decide about your frequency independently of the decision of everyone else. You will always belong to the collective that resonates with you, because even on a broader level, there is not just one collective you can belong to. But more on that maybe in another video. By healing your wounds, by allowing forgiveness within yourself towards others and yourself, you choose a life where all that is stored from old times in your energy field, like unrest, hatred, and aggression, all this can fall away. It is time to understand that you are an energetic being that determines the version of earth you live on, simply through being responsible for your own feelings, your own thoughts, and mostly your own beliefs. This creates your reality, and this creates your consciousness. We can finally leave this old game, these cycles of destruction. But everyone is free. You can decide like you want. And every soul always chooses what serves the soul best. There are so many positive alliances and movements already connected with new earth and a new consciousness. And each person decides for themselves whether they are ready to break through and put aside old patterns for good, if they no longer serve you, those old patterns. And if you need support in this process, I'm happy to help you. We are now on the brink of groundbreaking technologies and developments like free energy. Many people still carry these deep-seated fears of wars and destruction within them, stored in their cellular memory. And these memories often stem from previous lives on Mars and Maldek they are connected to. And these fears can influence us today and prevent us from daring to break out of those old patterns, because the fear is so great that everything could get much worse than it already is by changing anything. But that's not true, and it's just a negative belief to believe in this. And this negative belief is trying to keep you small, because negative beliefs want to stay alive. And because you have trusted those negative beliefs for so long, maybe your entire life, so this is really maybe a big decision you have to make. And one very important thing, because there is something different than ever before when we went through cycles of destruction, and that is the new children. The new children now coming to earth. We have created the possibility for these new children to incarnate now. And this special thing is that they no longer carry those old wounds within them. They bring new high vibrations and thus a completely new consciousness to earth, without these old attachments of hatred and war, and with a deep understanding of peace and unity. And something very interesting in this context, with each planet the souls inhabited and played out this dark game, they came closer to the sun, and the sun stands for our soul and our consciousness. First Maldek, located on the outer edge of our solar system, then Mars, and now Earth. But now I want to reveal this great secret that scientists do not yet fully understand. And this information comes from the Sasani. Who are the Sasani? The Sasani are a highly developed hybrid star race, you can say. And they are deeply connected to us humans. But this is a story for another time. And if you want to know more about our connections to other star races, please subscribe to my channel. Our Earth and also the Moon are formed from leftovers of Maldek. This also explains why our Moon is so large compared to Earth. The rest of this destroyed planet now forms, like I told you, the asteroid belt. Our Earth and also the Moon are formed from leftovers of Maldek. And this also explains why our Moon is so large compared to Earth. So a part of Maldek is now our ground. And the rest, like I told you, you can find in the asteroid belt between Jupiter and Mars. So this is really also very symbolic of our history. It began with those souls that incarnated from Orion in Maldek and ended now here on Earth. But now healing can emerge if you are ready. And no, I know a lot of people now will write in the comments, the Moon is an artificial planet. No, that's not true. The Moon is not artificial, but it was artificially placed in its orbit around the Earth. And there are artificial stations in the Moon from other star races. That's true. But as I said, more on that in other videos. The destruction of Mars is a warning to us all. We have the choice, and now it's time for a turning point, either to learn from the mistakes of the past and usher in a new peaceful area. You decide, and your decision is completely independent of anyone else's decision. No one else can pull you down if you no longer resonate with it, because you have overcome your negative beliefs, have freed yourself from a negative worldview, and thus you can leave the cycles of destruction behind you. And know, if we express higher frequencies through our lives, there are no Star Wars out there in the infinite universe that we need to fear. No. Instead, we will become part of the interstellar alliance that together with other star nations, they work to spread this important message of peace and harmony. So please share this video with others. It's really a very important message in this video. And I love you. Namaste.